Hey, good morning, guys. Sorry, I was at the end of a drink. Um, whew, I'm tired. It's been a I got to bed late last night, because I was working on an order, and I was also playing around with some um, identifying my finds from yesterday afternoon, and so I'm paying the price for it today. I slept in till 5:30, and I should have been up at 5, but the day before I was up at 4 o'clock, so no wonder I'm tired. No wonder I was tired by then. But anyway, today's going to be busy because I've got to get orders out. I've got to get started on another order, and I'll be very, very happy to get uh, these guys out the door. And, there's things. So I was going over quality control last night and I discovered, see that? Hard to miss. I put the dorsal fin on the wrong spot. It's amazing how you can count and put your tag in there and then start going down. And I still managed to get him off. So now I've got to go in, remove the dorsal fin, and stick him back on. And that I bet is going to be a good half-hour time, but because I'm trying very hard not to damage it. And once you've pulled these little loops up because of crocheting in the back loop, once you pull those little loops up, you're going to have to uncover the damage somehow of it being stretched out of place. I really don't want to make another one of these. I'm pretty much sick of them at this point. And it's like, oh, are you kidding me? Yo, it's so simple. Not really. When I'm making 8 of these, you're making this guy, right? Okay, so you've got the body made. Then you've got to make the little parts, 3 parts, and you're weaving in the loose ends, and you've got to get your eyes lined up proper. Then you've got to get this, put any expletive you really want to into this zipper, because this bloody twit is just about the biggest pain in the butt of anything I could have stupidly come up with. You've got to go through this and baste it in, trying to get it so that it actually closes on this end without any holes. You've got to cut it down from whatever length it is into about a 6. I think I've got it at 6.5 right now. And once you do that, you lose that metal clip at the end that holds the zipper together. So you then have to take a thread and then sew along this end about 1/2 inch from the end about 8-10 times and get that secured really well. And then you can go in and baste it in and try to get it lined up. And there are moments when you really think you've got that sucker lined. You don't have it lined. It's not lined at all. It's sort of like shifted because you're working with a stretchy material. Yarn stretches. And next thing you know, you've ruined it. So then you've got to start all over again. And that is a real pain in the butt, believe me, taking that thing out. And then I've got 2 more. Somehow I managed to miscalc on the arms on this one, so I've got to get the arms straightened up, and the arms on this one, and the arms on this one. Muzzle tough to me, aren't I batting 1,000? So I've lost a ton of time with mistakes with this. Even though I've been so incredibly careful, you're still going to make mistakes, and I hate that shark now. I hate that shark. I am so behind on orders. It's ridiculous. And how I'm going to get them all done in the next 2 weeks is defy me. Then, why do you keep going out in the field? Stress release. Seriously, stress release. Right now, what makes me look forward to getting up in the morning definitely is not this. That makes me mad. It makes me not want to go near my craft room. My artifacts, that I look forward to. So I got up happy this morning because it was like, no, I'm focusing on artifacts. That will make me look forward to getting up. So there's always a backup. You have to have some sort of backup plan. Plus, it's nice getting out and getting fresh air and doing something other than sitting, because getting up, exercising, getting fresh air again, um, uh, just makes you feel so much better. It's physically, mentally, And over the summer, it was so hot I could barely stand to go outside because with my body the way it is, the heat just makes the muscles hurt. Well, in this case, the cold makes the muscles hurt, but I'd rather have the cold because at least I can still get out the door and not feel like I'm being stung by bees. Anyway, so on with the show. Oh, also yesterday I got asked if I had any intentions on doing a video with about how to sell on Etsy. So as soon as I'm finished with this and I've got this up, then I'm going to do a how to sell on Etsy video. And I'm not really sure how long that series will last, but anyways, I was asked to do it, and so therefore I am. But now on with the show. Yes, really cunning. So for Hanukkah, I bought myself some gifts. Ta-da! A bounty hunter bag. This is wonderful, especially yesterday. Like it rained the day before, so everything was still wet and muddy, and I don't feel like putting muddy items in my vest. Dirty, fine. Mud, no. So this came just in time, and I'd waited for it all day. And so it comes with a little knife, not knife, but a little diggy tool, and it's stainless steel, and it has a measuring gauge on the inside of it, so you can see how many inches or centimeters down something is. This did not come with it. This is my garden gloves that I use to keep my hands clean while I'm digging. On the inside, it's got two pockets, and I'm using the front pocket to hold garbage, and the back side is to hold, relics. It's got a really nice wide strap, which obviously a big nice buckle. There you go. And so that was so handy yesterday. Much nicer than putting them in my vest. And then I also, because I do a lot of detecting in the creek, bingo, I finally have a sand scoop. So sand falls out through here, what's left behind hopefully are some relics. And a nice thing too is, see, when you're out metal detecting, you're only picking up metals with the detector. So you can easily be missing other artifacts, a glass artifact or ceramics or arrowheads, clippings. There's so many different things you could be missing. So that's going to solve that problem. And my favorite, though, is this. And this is a sifter. It's got 1/4-inch mesh on the inside, stainless steel mesh on the inside, and it's great. And I tied a little piece of twine to it. It's tougher twine than what you think, and clamp. And what was great with it yesterday is instead of just digging up the dirt and giving her a toss wherever the heck I end up tossing it, because I get so excited with the beep, now all the dirt goes inside here. And that was great because yesterday I'll dig, and if I haven't run into the object, then I'll grab my detector, run it back over it again, because I don't have a pointer, which is a handheld device that you can find things. So I have to pick up my detector, run it back over, and if I don't hear anything, then I know that, oh, it's in that pile that I threw out and I missed it. So it means it's a small item. And sure enough, yesterday that happened a couple times. And so I just would take a handful of dirt out of here and I'd hold it up to the detector. No beep, fine, it goes back in the hole. And I got all the way down till I barely had anything left but mud clods. Well, one of them wasn't a mud clod. It was an 1800s bullet. Check it. Look how old that thing is. Hold on. There we go. I mean, that is just amazing. That's a piece of history. That is a piece of history right there. And then I found another rectangular head, 1800s nail. No clue what the heck that is, if any of you have ever seen anything like it before. And then this is a hook, obviously. And so this either was part of a chain, was a hook that was attached to a chain, or it could have been a hook attached to a pulley. Either way. And then there's this, and my guesses on it, the way that it is that it was possibly because of how pointy it is on the end. And I mean, that is really pointy. on the end. So it's obvious that there's a lot of buildup on this thing. You know, unlike this, you look at the end on that thing, you know, and then the end on this. About the only thing this could be is either a food hook, a meat hook to hang, you know, cattle or whatever, or um, or deer, whatever, or it was most likely by the size of it, it was for it's a hay hook that they would use. It would be attached to a piece of wood. You'd use it to grab the hay and pick it up that way rather than using your hands. So those were my big finds yesterday, but I would have had a heck of a time finding, I would have totally bypassed this probably, but being able to shake the dirt out back into the hole that way and be able to root around and push the dirt through, I could get down to where the artifacts actually were. So that was cool. And this will keep me from missing any arrowheads or Indian pottery and that sort of stuff. So that's were my big finds yesterday. And wow, we're going longer than normal. Okay, so now these are the colors that I chose from yesterday for my my 30-day expedition scarf. And because there's a lot of gold, yellows and gold out in the field right now, and even when you're looking at sandstone, you're going to see sort of a gold hue to it. So anyways, but I was going with the field, with the grasses still, and with the golds and the grasses, and that's about as good as I was going to get. Remember, I am not trying to match up perfect because I have to go with whatever's in my stash. And even though it was raining in the morning, by the time I went out, it was sunny. So there we go again. So this day, it was the green grasses and the ferns from the hillside, from the ridge, and it was an overcast day. Yesterday, it was the golds in the fields from the grasses there, and it was sunny. So anyways, I was kind of disappointed. I was really debating it out. It's like, should I put in just a few beads, just for the heck of it? Say that, you know, okay, it was rainy in the morning, but I'll put them across the blue sky. And at some point, I'll probably break and do that. But anyway, so that's where it's at right now. It's gonna be interesting, all the wild colors that end up making this thing up. But I'll be able to look at it at the end of a month, and it's my whole month of adventures wherever I've been. So super cool. And yeah, I got it logged in my little book here. And day 2. And I've got down at the bottom here, found my first 1800s bullet. That was so cool. And it was 50.4 yesterday. Ha! Yeah, that was the high yesterday. By the time I came out of the field, I was only out for about an hour and 15 minutes by the time I went there and back again. And I was just freezing my butt off. I was so cold. I didn't think I'd ever thaw out. So anyway, but that's it for today. I'm going to be going out again later, but only after I've got these horrid sharks out in the mill. And I'm going to now take time to make the how to sew on Etsy video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.